forecast first. Sponsored by Natax Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, it was a chilly day across central Illinois. We have had quite a bit of cloud cover out there, a few peaks of sunshine trying to mix in here, but now that sun's setting here in less than a half an hour. Those temperatures are once again going to be tumbling. It's already down to 48 in Decatur. We've got 49 in Springfield and 50 from Champaign over to Danville. It's not going to be long before that reading slips to the 40s, and we're easily talking the 30s by tomorrow morning. So things will look a little better the next few days, but we've got to talk about rain that may be around for the Illini game or part of homecoming festivities. We'll time that out for you when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
2 teenagers were arrested yesterday for bank robbery. What we learned about their relationship today in court.
It's just hard for me to process it, to know that that happened.
An 18-year-old is dead after her car plunged into Lake Decatur. What's being done tonight to remember her?
Teachers in this school district are inching closer to a strike. I'll tell you what's expected to happen tonight.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
There may be ways of the state trying to transfer the venue into an adult court.
2 teenage brothers were arrested yesterday for robbing a Regions bank in Champaign. The state's attorney's office is filing a motion to charge one of them as an adult. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Both suspects were in court today. It happened at Regions Bank near West Clark and South State Street in Champaign. A 16-year-old and 18-year-old Dakir Pickens were arrested. Both are charged with armed violence, financial institution robbery, and aggravated battery. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays is with us now. So the state's attorney is trying to get the 16-year-old tried as an adult.
She wants him transferred to adult court because of how serious the charges are. But right now, he's charged as a juvenile. The 16-year-old was also waiting to be sentenced for several car burglaries. In court, attorneys said the teenagers went into the bank and tried to take money from a worker. She refused to give them access to the locked teller area. They say Pickens fired the gun and hit the employee in the head several times with it. When the brothers realized they weren't going to be able to get the money, they ran. Police eventually caught them several blocks away. I spoke with an attorney who works on juvenile cases about what could happen to the 16-year-old.
There's huge discretion in what the state does and what they feel is appropriate in this case. I mean, you know, the problem, obviously, when you're dealing with children committing adult crimes is, you know, their brains aren't fully developed as far as making decisions.
An attorney in court says the 18-year-old is currently homeless and unemployed. He also says he suffers from PTSD, although he has not been diagnosed. His bond is set at $1 million. It will ultimately be up to the judge to make a decision on what happens to the 16-year-old. The judge is expected to decide if he will be charged as an adult next week. Back to you.
Jamie, thank you so much. Now, this robbery was caught on video, but police say it's still an ongoing investigation. They're asking anyone with surveillance video of what happened after the brothers were seen leaving the bank, you should call Champaign Police. An update for you now. Police want help finding a suspect in a double shooting. They say 30-year-old Jerry Exum shot 2 men in a parking lot on Bradley Avenue Saturday, October 5th, also in Champaign. A 32-year-old man sustained life-threatening injuries. A 25-year-old man was hurt. Both are expected to recover. Police say the shooting started out as a fight. Exum is now wanted on $500,000 warrant for attempted murder and aggravated battery with a firearm. Anyone with information should call Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous and earn a cash reward.
It was day 2 of a murder trial for a woman in Vermilion County. Police say Shelley Murphy killed her wife, Daylynn Murphy. They were called to a home in Danville in July last year. 3 days after the 2 had a fight, Daylynn Murphy was found dead on the floor. So far, both sides have presented testimony. Today, Murphy's lawyer filed a motion for a direct verdict, meaning they want the judge to rule in their favor because they claim there wasn't enough evidence to sway the jury against them. The judge denied that motion. The trial will continue tomorrow morning at 9. We have new information about a lawsuit. Lawyers are trying to serve a former U of I professor accused of physical, sexual, and emotional abuse, but but they don't know where he is. Gary Hsu was head of the East Asian Languages and Culture Department. He resigned in 2018. A lawsuit accuses him of abuse, including rape, forced labor, and beatings. Lawyers for the plaintiffs say they've been trying to serve him since they filed the lawsuit. They say other measures could be taken if they remain unable to make contact.
4 swastikas have been found on the U of I campus in the past 2 weeks. This week, one was found in an elevator, another found on a study table on campus. Now, students are concerned.
Our students do not feel safe. They feel attacked, and that is a major problem. The other aspect is the fact that in many cases, people will not let us define what is hate towards us and will try to change the conversation based on what they would like to see.
Cohen also says he hopes the university takes action and follows through with the anti-Semitism happening on campus. Police still don't know who's doing it.
Black Homecoming Committee members at Illinois State University are explaining what's behind protesting inequalities on campus. Leaders say they wanted to clear any misconception and why they chose their course of action. It's true the movement started when the BHC had problems scheduling a concert for homecoming, but they want you to know that did not compel them to rally. It was due to years of mistreatment on campus from other students and faculty.
We do not feel included on this campus, and it's one thing to bring us on campus, and as you keep raising those percentages of diversity, you have to find a way to include these people on campus. And that doesn't mean giving them a multicultural center or a diversity advocacy. It's more than giving us buildings for us to feel included.
This is a bigger issue for sure, something that we've been going through forever. And I think also after the protests, when we spoke with students about their personal issues and their personal incidents with like anti-blackness or discrimination, it really just opened up a new can of worms.
The students are expected to meet with President Larry Dietz tomorrow to address their concerns. Dietz says he hopes the meeting helps resolve issues minorities are facing on campus. A teenager is dead after her car went off the road and into Lake Decatur.
It happened last night around 9:30 near South Franklin Street. The coroner's office says Tabitha Pratt drowned. Witnesses saw her car go off the road. The dive team had to go 20 feet below surface to reach her. Pratt was pronounced dead at the scene, and the news stunned people in the area.
It was really sad to hear. As an 18-year-old, first of all, being so young and everything and all that, and an accident.
To hear that accident is just awful to me. It's just hard for me to process it, to know that that happened.
Police are reviewing security footage from buildings near the bridge. They're also investigating whether alcohol was a factor. There'll be a vigil at the crash site tonight at 7. Funeral services for a father and son killed in a car crash last week will be this Friday. Tyler Pope died in the crash Wednesday. His 9-year-old son Wyatt died on Saturday. A visitation will be held at Sunset Funeral Home in Georgetown Friday at 10 a.m. A funeral will follow at 1. Friends of the family are hosting an auction tonight at 7. They're raising money for those funeral services. It's at the address on your screen.
Car repairs aren't the only thing you have to worry about if you get into a wreck in the capital city. If you don't live in Springfield but get in a car accident and the fire department is called, they'll charge you $750. But Springfield's fire chief said the city is late to the party on this. The money made from this charge will be used to recover costs for the fire department.
The equipment that we use is very expensive. One thing about the fire department is we do not recoup any of that cost. That equipment, this will go a long way once implemented towards helping us recover some of those costs for that very expensive equipment.
Whether somebody is charged does depend on how long the fire department spends at the scene. Routine medical calls will not be charged. If the fire department is called to the scene but is not needed, it will not result in a charge.
Blue Ridge teachers say they are ready to strike. Who's expected to take a stand tonight in front of the school board?
Also tonight, Afghanistan's a long way from the Windy City. How one Urbana native ran the Chicago Marathon almost 7,000 miles away.
And as we look outside on the roofing dog iNet, Casey Summers camera. That is in Mattoon. Notice a lot of cloud cover and just a little bit of a peek there of that sun trying to break through those clouds today on a chilly 54-degree high, running 11 degrees below average. We're going to come back and talk about this cold weather, how it may impact the Illini homecoming, because we've got some rain in the forecast this weekend. We'll show it to you next.